नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रीमद् भागवतम कैंटो 7 चैप्टर 8 वर्स 40। ब्रह्मोवाच तोऽस्म्यनन्ताय दुरन्तशक्तये विचित्रवीर्याय पवित्रकर्मणे विश्वस्य सर्गस्थितिसंयमां गुणैः स्वलीलया सन्दधते व्ययात्मने। Lord Brahma prayed, "Hey Lord, you're unlimited and you possess unending potencies. No one can estimate or calculate your prowess and wonderful influence, for your actions are never polluted by material energy. Through the material qualities, you very easily create the universe, maintain it, and again annihilate it, yet you remain the same without deterioration. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you." Now, when we see all these, when we hear these prayers, we note that different devotees actually offer prayers in different moods based on their position, their devotion, etc. So that's important to also um, note that. So, like here, Lord Brahma, he is the engineer creator. So his major service to Krishna is in the role of creation. So he is talking about how powerful the Lord is, because he is understood as powerful Brahma, but Brahma knows that his power is nothing in front of the Supreme Lord, and also his power is also coming from the Lord. But because of his realization, mm, of the Supreme Lord. So he's saying that you're unlimited and you possess unending potencies. And by material qualities, you create, maintain, and destroy. But you remain the same without deterioration. The activities of the Lord are always wonderful. His personal servants Jaya and Vijaya were confidential friends. Hmm? Confidential friends, Prabhupada is saying. Jaya and Vijaya were confidential friends of Lord Vishnu. Yet they were cursed and they accepted bodies of demons. Again, in the family of one such demon, Prahlada was caused to take birth to exhibit the behavior of an exalted devotee. And then the Lord accepted the body of Narasimha Dev to kill that same demon, who by the Lord's own will had taken birth in a demoniac family. Therefore, who can understand the Lord's transcendental activities? Who can understand? Not to speak of understanding the transcendental activities of the Lord, no one can understand even the activities of his servants. So this is very, very important to note. We cannot understand the activities of Lord's servants. Don't understand why. So in our fallen state, we should not try to judge, pass comments, etc. on Vaishnavas. We can understand that we are fallen and just we should be in our position, not transgress it, not go beyond our adhikara, and comment on Vaishnavas' act. So Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Tara Vakya Kriya Mudra Vigeya Na Bhujaya. Tara, there, whose Vaishnavas, Vakya, words, Kriya, action, Mudra, so action also. Vigneha Na Bhujaya. Can't understand. You cannot understand the activities of the Lord, sir. Therefore, what to speak of the activities of the Lord? Who can understand how Krishna is benefiting the entire world? Lord is addressed as Duranta Shakti because no one can understand his peace and how. Who can understand Krishna? Hmm. So, Bhishma Dev, when he's offering prayers to the Lord and offering glorification to Pandavas, he says that you're all dharma personified, but still you have to go through so many difficulties. So he says all this is within the plan of Supreme Lord Krishna, who is just now with you, just like one ordinary human being. Who can understand his plan? Who can understand how he's benefiting the world? Krishna tells, in gopis, Krishna just vanishes from the Rasa Leela, not for Rasa Leela. So he vanishes from front of the gopis, and then gopis are very distressed. And then when he comes back, then they are like, they're not happy. They're saying, why did you vanish? And why did you not come back again after we, searched for you so much? And Krishna says that, I benefit my sadhakas by not immediately reciprocating to them. Mm, it's a mercy. And also to the siddhas. So, how can Krishna benefit somebody by not reciprocating his surrender? That Krishna only knows, right? So, Krishna is benefiting everybody. How he is benefiting, only he knows. And we should understand that he is Suradam Sarvabhutanam. He is the well-wisher. So, he is doing whatever is required. But we can't understand. So, we should not comment. Sometimes, we end up commenting on Krishna's actions by our own trying to use our own mental speculation. We should not. Whenever we are speaking about Krishna, it should only be in accordance with our acharyas. If they have commented some in on Krishna in a particular scenario in a particular leela, then we can repeat that. But not that we think that we have become so realized that we can actually understand why Krishna is doing what he is doing. Not possible. And similarly, servants. Of course, we might not blaspheme Krishna, but we might blaspheme Vaishnava Aparad because we don't understand. We can't understand. It's like, in Chaitanya Lila, there seems to be some external, so-called fight between Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya. They're exchanging words, almost insulting the other person in a joking way. But one who doesn't know them or one who doesn't understand their relationship, they might just completely misunderstand. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, if any fool, he takes side, saying that, Nityanand Prabhu was right or Advaita Acharya was right. And then he's, he's the biggest fool. And he offends also the Lord by doing that. So we should just, many times we see devotees commenting, oh, this Maharaj spoke about like this to about some other Maharaj. We are not, it's not our work, as in it's not in our adhikara to even talk about it. Just leave it for them to deal with themselves. They know what they're doing because they're all pure devotees and they're directly under Krishna's control. Whatever Krishna wants them to do, they will do. And we have no idea why Krishna wants something like this to happen. We have no idea why Ritvik is still going on so strong. We have no idea about all these things. So better not just waste energy talking about some things which we are not entitled to, where we don't have any right, no adhikara. Better bother about our own devotion and try to fix it. Because we have a long way to go and we require all our energies to focus on our own sadhana. Why simply bother about others and gossip and comment and criticize and destroy whatever little bhakti we have? We should understand whatever bhakti we have is very, very little. Very little bhakti we have. We have a lot more attraction to the material world. So Whatever that little bhakti is there, it's safer to just try and protect it. And we will do well by not commenting about other Vaishnavas. And it's also not that, oh, no, no, this person seems to be, not such a great devotee. We can't judge that at all. Like I've said this multiple times. The only devotees whom we can possibly correct, that too in a humble mood, are devotees who have willingly taken, come to us asking for guidance. Them we can try and correct also, but with a still humble mood, saying that, see, we really don't know what is the devotion in each person's, no, so better not comment. If it is something for improving service, etc., objective conversations can be had. That too, also again, keeping etiquette in mind. Whom are we talking to? Etc., etc. But generally, don't judge Vaishnavas. Very important. At the same time, we don't close our eyes. So both are important. So that is why devotion is a double-edged sword. Not keep quiet. At the same time, we should not unnecessarily talk, comment, etc. So we have to have the right attitude. Okay, now Rudra is speaking. Sri Rudra Uvacha कोपकालो युगान्तस्ते हतोऽयं असुरोल्पकः तत्सुतं पाह्युपसृष्टुतं भक्तं te bhaktavatsala. The end of the millennium is the time for your anger. No, see, who is the one who actually shows anger at that time is Rudra, who is an Amsha of Shiva. But Rudra is saying at the end of the millennium is time for your anger, not my anger. Now that this insignificant demon Hiranyakashipu has been killed, O my Lord, who are naturally affectionate to your devotee, kindly protect his son Prahlada, who is standing nearby as your fully surrendered devotee. Now, Lord Shiva is playing his role. On Shivaratri day, I was glorifying Lord Shiva and I said, he is the protector of devotees. So, in that role that he is playing, which is so dear to him, he is saying, you know, yes, at the time of millennium, you become angry now, but now you are naturally affectionate to your devotee. So kindly protect Prahlada, standing nearby as your fully surrendered devotee. So like this, see, everybody has their mood in which they are going to be offering prayers. So it's very important in Bhagavatam, wherever we are seeing prayers, we start seeing prayers from before, right? Like Uttara does prayers, Kunti Maharani, Bhishma Dev, like that. Everybody is offering prayers. And we should see the mood in which those prayers are being offered and try to understand the mood of the devotee. Supreme Personality of Godhead is the creator of the material world. There are three processes in creation, namely creation, maintenance, annihilation. During the period of annihilation, Lord becomes angry. And the part of anger is played by Lord Shiva, who is therefore called Rudra. When the Lord appeared in great anger to kill Hiranyakashipu, everyone was extremely afraid of the Lord's attitude. But Shiva, knowing very well that the Lord's anger is also his Leela, was not afraid because he knows Lord Shiva knew that he would have to play the part of anger for the Lord. Kala means Lord Shiva, Bhairava, and Kopa refers to Lord's anger. These words combined together as Kopa Kala refer to the end of each millennium. Actually, the Lord is always affectionate toward his devotees because he is Avyayatma, he never falls down. Even when angry, the Lord is affectionate towards his devotees. Therefore, Lord Shiva reminded the Lord to act like an affectionate father toward Prahlada, who was standing by the Lord's side as an exalted, fully surrendered devotee. So this is his seva. This is Lord Shiva's seva. And we should always remember, Lord is always affectionate, always. Name Bhakta Pranashyati. He's going to protect devotees. Okay. Shrindra Vacha. Now let's see. We might have some, we might think, Indra is this kind of a person, that kind of a person. Now we'll know in his prayers. Pratyani Pratyanita Paramabhavata Trayata na Swabhaga Daitya Krantam Hridaya Kamalam Tadgriham Pratyabodhi. कालग्रस्तं कियदिदम् अहो नाथ शुश्रूषतां ते मुक्तिस्तेषां न हि बहुमता नारसिंहापरैकिम्. King Indra said, "Oh, Supreme Lord, you are our deliverer and protector." Knows, Indra knows this very well. Our shares of sacrifices, which are actually yours, have been recovered from the demon by you. Because the demoniac king was most fearsome, our hearts, which are your permanent abode, were all overtaken by him. Hmm. See, the hearts of Indra is talking about all the demigods, but specifically, at least he is speaking about himself, saying that it is your permanent abode. So, heart being the permanent abode of the Lord means that can happen only for a person who is in love. Otherwise, it? How can Lord reside there? We're all overtaken by Him. Now, by Your presence, the gloom and darkness in our hearts have been dissipated. O Lord, for those who always engage in Your service, which is more exalted than liberation, please understand this. Serving the Lord is more exalted than liberation. All material opulence is insignificant. They do not even care for liberation, not to Kamartha. There are two kinds of people, Devatas, Asuras. Devatas are attached to material enjoyment, devotees, and they act according to Vedic injunctions. In the reign of Hiranyakashipu, everyone is disturbed in the routine duties of Vedic civilization. Then Hiranyakashipu was killed, all the demigods who had always been disturbed by Hiranyakashipu, relief in their general way of life. Because the government in Kali Yuga is full of demons, the living conditions of devotees are always disturbed. Because Yuga is full of demons. Devotees cannot perform yagna. If you're doing Sankirtana yagna, somebody will come and say, "Why are you disturbing us?" Thus, they cannot partake of the remnants of food offered in yagna for the worship of Lord Vishnu. So then there are certain demons in certain devotees' houses itself. We honoring prasadam. What to do? The hearts of the demigods are always filled with the fear of the demons, and therefore they cannot think of the Supreme Lord. The engagement of the demigods is to think of the Lord always within the cores of their hearts. Yoginam Vesham Madgatenantara. Shraddhavan bhajate yom same yuktatamam. Of all yogis, he always abides in me with great faith. Bhajate yomam, worshipping me in transcendental loving service, is most intimately united. Yukta tama. Yukta means united or connected. The tama means superlative degree, intimately, most intimately. And he is highest. The demigods fully absorb themselves in meditation upon the Supreme Lord to become perfect yogis. But because of the presence of demons, their hearts are filled with the activities of the demons. Even the demigods know that they have to absorb themselves. Because of their work, they can't do. Like many devotees have work, and their work is not allowing them devotion. So if you want to become demigods, then your work will never allow you to do devotion. Thus, their hearts, which are meant to be the abode of the Supreme Lord, are practically occupied by the demons. All the demigods felt relieved when Hiranyakashipu said, for they could easily think of the Lord. See, they want to do this. That's why they are devotees. But because they had some mixed devotion, they wanted to have some high position. They became demigod. So they want to do devotion, but they don't have time. Various issues and tensions. And when they become freed of relief, when they get the relief, they can easily think of the Lord. They could then receive the results of sacrifices and become happy, even though in the material world. So Indra is saying, now we can think about you again. So devotee, Iruchaya Uchuhu, Tamnastapa Paramammatta Yaddatmatejo Yenedamadi Purushatma Gatam Sasarta Tadvipraluptam Amunadya Karanyapala Rakshagrihita Vapusha Punaranvavamstaha. All the saintly persons present offered prayer. O Supreme Maintainer of those sheltered at your lotus feet, personal personality of Godhead, The process of austerity and penance. So saints means austerity and penance. In which you instructed us before is the spiritual power of your very self. It is by austerity that you create the material world which lies dormant within you. This austerity was almost stopped by the activity of demon, but now you yourself appearing in the form of Narasimha, which is meant just to give us protection. And by killing this demon, you have given again proved the process of austerity. See, now their mind is on austerity, tapasya. So they are just talking in connection with austerity. So we can understand their mood. Mm. Doing it is wandering within the jurisdiction of 84 lakh species, get the opportunity for self-realization in human. And gradually in such other elevated forms as those of demigod. In higher statuses of life, beginning from human life, the main duty is tapasya. Rishabdev said, Tapo divyam putraka yena sattvam shuddhyet. Hmm. To rectify our material existence, rectify. We have to do some tapasya. This is our tapasya. Our tapasya is very, very meager compared to the severe austerities that we used to do in other yugas or even demons do. Our the austerity is just simply following the rules of devotional life. Honoring only prasadam, not eating outside food, not engaging in sense gratification, not reading useless nonsense, not seeing TV, not going and attending public whatever family programs, functions which are non-devotional. But that itself, devotees struggle to do. And of course, for regulative principles. However, when people in general come under the control of a demon, they forget this process of tapasya. Mm. And gradually they also become demoniac. So if you give up tapasya, we'll also become demoniac. All the saintly persons who were generally engaged in austerity felt relieved when he was killed. They realized that the original instruction concerning human life that is meant for decision were reaffirmed by the Lord when he killed Hiranyakashipu. Now see, we can understand. Now these saintly persons, they're only bothered about tapasya, but they're not thinking about what is the intent of tapasya. Okay, they're thinking self-realization, so we have to do. But for devotees, we think about tapasya so that we can become dearer to the Lord. Hmm. And the epitome of tapasya in our sampradaya, renunciation, the epitome of renunciation was Raghunath Das Goswami. So he did all that. He gave up everything just for the pleasure of Chaitanya. Mm. And our tapasya is getting up in the morning early. Mm. Unlike materialists, we have to get up early in the morning. Mm. Hiranyakashipu means Kashipu means soft pillows. Soft bed, happily sleeping is not for devotees. Okay, if your bed is preventing you from waking up, don't use your bed. Sleep on the mat. Do something, right? Because we can't, unfortunately, some devotees think that, devotion means, yeah, happy, enjoy, do how much ever you can, eat whatever you want, and chant Hare Krishna. And come to the temple, have fun, isn't it? Have fun. Are we supposed to have fun? So this is not devotion. Devotion means austerity, penance, focused. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kurunandana. Be focused. And material life will distract us. I see so many devotees distracted by their material life. This responsibility, that responsibility. But that's going to happen. And if you succumb to it, it will happen more and more. Meaning, okay, some life situation came and we are giving our 100% to that. And then more and more such situations will keep coming. We should understand we should do as much as is required and then not waste our time. Sometimes it might look like responsibility. Maybe it is, but we should not get too much carried away. For some limited time, it's okay. 1 or 2 days like that. Not for you, weeks and months together. Sometimes we get distracted by our material situation, material duties, attending classes. We don't associate with devotees. Very dangerous. Very dangerous. Can just pull us down from devotion. So we should not get it. Our goal is to go back to Krishna. And tapasya is important, which means that we have to be on top of our devotion, as they say. Pitara uchuhu श्रद्धानिनोति बुभुजे प्रसभं तनूजैर् दत्तानि तीर्थसमयेऽपि अपिबत्तिलाम्बु तस्योदरान्नखविदीर्णव्यपाद्यार्तत् तस्मै नमो नृहरये अखिलधर्मगोप्त्रे पितृस् inhabitants of Pitrulok. Let us offer our respectful obeisances unto Lord, maintainer of religion. He has killed Hiranyakashipu, the demon who by force enjoyed all the offerings of the Shraddha. Hiranyakashipu is not even leaving Shraddha ceremonies. He took up all the offerings which are being made in other yagnas. He did not even leave Shraddha. Shraddha is being performed by sons and grandsons on the anniversaries of death of sisters, and he also drank the water. So Pinda and Udaka he's taking for himself. Low class demon. By killing this demon, you have taken back all this stolen property from his abdomen by piercing it with your nails. We therefore wish to offer respectful obeisance. Again, we can see different people stuck in their positions, and nobody is talking about bhakti so much so far, right? Lord Shiva prayed for protection of his, and Indra a little bit talked about, the Lord being in the heart of all the demigods, and that they're able to um, think of the Lord again. But see, all the others, pretty much their own world. They're all in their own world. Of course, these destinations they only wanted and they've gone there. Somebody's gone to be. And they're in their own world. There's no question. There's no talk about devotion here. Until now, not, yeah, except Lord Shiva's statement, nothing is on the path of pure devotion. We can see that. It is a duty of all householders to offer Pinda and Udaka during Shraddha. Because when there is a demoniac rule, everything concerning Vedic principles is turned upside. Actually, Arjuna says this, right? In the beginning only. All the Kula Dharma, Jati Dharma will be destroyed and will not get Pindodaka. And such people who create such situation will go to hell, it says. And resources. So no yagna, resources meant to be spent for yagna taken away by demoniac government. Everything becomes chaotic, so consequently entire world becomes hell. When demons are killed by the presence of Narasimha Lila, everyone feels comfortable irrespective of the planet on which he lives. Shri Siddha Uchuhu Siddha. Yo no gatim yoga siddham asadur aharshid yoga tapobalena nana darpam tam nakair vidadara tasmai tubhyam pranata smo nrsimha. In evidence of Siddhaloka said. O Lord Nrsimhadev, because we belong to Siddhaloka, we automatically achieve perfection in all kinds of mystic power. So Siddhas, Siddhi, they got the Ashta Siddhi. They go to Siddhaloka. Yet Hiranyakashipu was so dishonest that by the strength of his power and austerity, he took away our powers. So those who had lifetimes of doing yoga to get Ashta Siddhi, Hiranyakashipu just snatched all those powers away from him. So he became very proud of his mystic strength. Now, because this rogue has been killed, we offer our respect. So, on earth, there are many yogis who can exhibit some feeble mystic power. You know whom Prabhupada is talking about. By manufacturing piece of gold like magic. But the inhabitants of the planet Siddhaloka are actually extremely powerful in mystic. They can fly from one planet to another, Lagima, Siddhi. They can actually become very light and fly in the sky. By a severe type of austerity, however, Hiranyakashipu excelled all the inhabitants of Siddhaloka also and created. So they also felt relieved. Vidyadhara. So what are Vidyadharas? Our acquired power to appear and disappear in various ways according to the varieties of meditation. So they have this Shakti that they can appear and disappear in various ways. That was also taken away, and here they Hiranyakashipu banned them. It was banned because of Hiranyakashipu's pride in his superior bodily strength and his ability to conquer others. Now that he has been killed, just as if the demon were an animal, unto the supreme pastime form of the Lord Narasimha, we eternally offer respectful obeisance. Naga, inhabitants of Nagaloka, the most sinful Hiranyakashipu took away all the jewels on our hoods and all our beautiful wives. So everybody has their own problems. The Hiranyakashipu has not left anybody. This just has been pierced by your nails. You are the source of all pleasure to our wives. Thus we together offer our respectful obeisances unto you. Mm. No one is peaceful if his wealth and wife are forcibly taken away. So they who were in Nagaloka, they were in great anxiety because their wealth had been stolen. Their wives had been kidnapped by Hiranyakashipu. The inhabitants of various lokas offered their respectful obeisance, achieved by the death of Hiranyakashipu. Disturbances similar to those created by Hiranyakashipu are now taking place all over the world because of demoniac governments. In 12th canto, it said, men of governments of Kali Yuga will be no better than rogues and plunderers. Thus, the populace will be harassed on one side by scarcity of food and on another by heavy taxation. It's going to happen subsequently in Kali Yuga, not right now. And a little bit in pockets it's happening, but it's going to happen widely. In other words, the people in most parts of the world in this age are harassed by the ruling principles of Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu is not there, but his ruling principles are there, and there are his descendants, all the various politicians, leaders. Sri Manus are saying, as your order carriers, O Lord, we the Manus are the lawgivers. Manu Samhita is the law book for mankind. But because of the temporary supremacy of this great demon, our laws for maintaining Varnashrama were destroyed. See, Manus have laws for maintaining Varnashrama. They've been destroyed, which we see when Kali Yuga it's destroyed. And now that you have killed this great demon, we are in our normal condition. Kindly order us what to do now. So Prabhupada is writing about Varnashrama. The word Samhita means Vedic knowledge, and Manu indicates that this knowledge is given by Manu. The Manus are sometimes incarnations of the Supreme Lord and sometimes empowered living entities. Formerly, Lord Krishna instructed the Sun God. Manus are generally sons of the Sun God. Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavanaham Abhyayam Vivasvan Manave Praha. Vivasvan spoke to his son Manu. Manu gives the law book, Manu Samhita, and which is full of directions based on Varna and Ashrama concerning how to live as a human being. These are very scientific ways of life, but under the rules of demons like Hiranyakashipu, human society breaks all the systems of law and order and gradually becomes lower and thus there's no peace in the world. The conclusion is that if we want real peace and order in human society, we must follow the principles laid down by Manu and confirmed by Su. So Varnashrama is important if you want real peace and order in human society. Do devotion, then yes, you directly do devotion. But the number of people, fallen jivas in human society who are not going to take up devotion will be many. We see, right? It's very easy. We go and preach to 100 people. Maybe few people, 5, 10 people, they might be interested. Others are not. Others are still interested in economic development. So what does Varnashrama do? Varnashrama gives them a framework for dharmic arthakama, which will protect them and which will eventually bring them to devotion. Now, without this, it will be difficult for people to accept devotion. Hence, Varnashrama is important. Prajapatis. O Supreme Lord, Lord of even Brahma and Shiva, we the Prajapatis were created by you to execute your orders, but were forbidden by Hiranyakashipu to create any more good progeny. Hiranyakashipu stopped that also. The demon is lying dead before us, his heart is pierced by you. Let us therefore offer our respect to you, whose incarnation, in this form of pure goodness, is meant for the welfare of the entire universe. Gandharvas, your lordship, we ever engage in your service by dancing and singing in dramatic performances. But this Hiranyakashipu, by the influence of his bodily strength and valor, brought us under his subjugation. So, which means that he would have wanted them to sing and dance for his pleasure. So again, so you're saying we can now, what benefit can result from activities of such an upstart? Hiranyakashipu, what some such activities? Mm, yeah, Charana, Siddhas, Charanas, everybody is speaking. Mm. Because you destroyed the demon who was always a stake in the hearts of all honest men. We are now relieved, and we eternally take shelter of your lotus feet. We toward the conditioned soul liberation. So, Charanas are talking about liberation now. Mm. Mm. To spread the Krishna conscious movement, devotees have to face many dangers and impediments all over the world. But a faithful servant who preaches with great devotion must know that Lord Narasimha Dev is always his protector. Dev is always our protector. Yaksha, O controller of 24 elements, we are considered the best servants of your lordship because of rendering services pleasing to you. Yet we engaged as palanquin carriers by the order of Hiranyakashipu, the son of Diti. Oh Lord, in the form of Narasimha Dev, you know how this demon gave trouble to everyone, but now you have killed him. His body is mixing with the five materials. And some idea of seva is being talked about. Hmm. So inhabitants of Yaksha planet are supposed to be the best of all servants, but Hiranyakashipu engaged them as palanquin carriers. So though now Yakshas were reinstated in their original service to Supreme Lord, so they felt happy and obeyed. Impurusha Loka. We're insignificant living entities and you are the Supreme Person of Godhead. Supreme Controller. Therefore, how can we offer suitable prayers unto you? When this demon was condemned by devotees because they were disgusted with him, he was then killed by you. Lord appears in order to execute two kinds of activities, kill the demons and protect the devotees. When the devotees are too disturbed by the demons, Lord certainly appears in different incarnations to give the devotees protection. The devotees following in the footsteps of Prahlada should not be disturbed by demoniac activities of non-devotees. Rather, they should stick to their principles as sincere servants of the Lord and rest assured the demoniac activities directed against them will not be able to stop their devotion. Vaitalika. Vaitalika Loka. We don't even know where this is. Because of chanting your spotless glories in great assemblies and arenas of sacrifice, you are accustomed to great respect from everyone. This is what is coming to their mind, saying that we glorify you and we get respected. This demon usurped that position. Now, to our great fortune, you have killed this great demon exactly as one killed the crown. Kinnara Loka. We are ever existing servants of your lordship, but instead of rendering service to you, we are engaged by this demon in his service. Constantly and without remuneration. Sinful man now has been killed by you. Therefore, O Narasimhadev, our master, we offer respect to him. You please continue to be our Vishnu Parshada, Nanda and others. Direct associates of Lord Vishnu in Vaikuntha. O Lord, our supreme giver of shelter, today we have seen your wonderful form as Lord Narasimha. They meant for the good fortune of all the world. O Lord, we can understand that Hiranyakashipu was the same Jaya who engaged in your service but was cursed by Brahmanas and who thus received the body. When we understand this now, that is now having been killed is your special love. Hmm. The Lord accepted this cursing of his servants. So servants were cursed by Kumaras and agreed that they would have to go to the material world and would then return to Vaikuntha after serving the term of the curse. Jaya and Vijaya were very much perturbed, but the Lord advised them to act as enemies For then they would return after 3 births. Otherwise, ordinarily they would have to take 7 births. With his authority, Jaya and Vijaya acted as the Lord's enemies, and now that these two are dead, all the Vishnu Dutas understood that the Lord's king of Hiranyakashipu mercy bestowed. So everybody is speaking from their own perspective. Okay, so we will close this tomorrow, Lord Narasimhadev willing. Pralada pacifies Lord Narasimhadev with prayers. Okay. And one thing our acharyas actually say that for us to have some prayers offered to the Lord. Mm, our own personal prayers based on our mode of devotion, etc. We might not be able to write something original, but if we see or hear of some prayers which represent or which are in line with our devotional mood, then we can offer those prayers to the Lord. Something. And we see some, in great Vaishnavas in ISKCON, when before they start class, they offer prayers in their mode of devotion, in addition to whatever standard prayers Srila Prabhupada had given. So it is okay. And by that, offering prayers every time when you are giving a class, etc., get used to, chanting the prayer. And so, yeah. Yeah. Anything? Anybody? Any comments? Okay. भागवतम की जय जगत गुरु श्रीपाद की जय समेत और भक्त वृंद की जय पंचाकल्प नंद कोटि हरे कृष्ण।